this International Speech Contest open, please help me welcome our Toastmaster for the evening, Brad Beck.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. You all know that is the greatest child's book ever written, Waddy Piper. But actually, that book is a book for adults. I own several copies and read it all the time. It's really about attitude. One of my favorite presidents, the 30th President of the United States, Calvin Coolidge, once said, "Nothing in this world happens without persistence and determination." Those are 4 words, I think I can, that are important. But there's also 4 other words that are applicable to tonight's contest. Persistence. The Toastmasters that are competing tonight have been persistent in their pursuit for perfecting their public speaking. They have practiced, and they have practiced, and they have practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. In fact, they've practiced so much, I bet if we invited their spouses or their significant others to come up here and do this speech tonight, they could do a job to do that. Right, honey? My wife's in the back. She knows. Actually, I'm kidding. Spouses don't leave. Our Toastmasters tonight have also been determined. They started at the club level, and then they won and moved on, determined to win in their area contest. They won that, and they were determined to win the division contest. And then they won that, and tonight they're here determined to win the District 26 International Speech Contest. And tonight I'm really lucky because I'm going to shake the hand of the world champion of public speaking here from District 26. There are a couple of other words that I think describe our contestants. Humor. You know, David Brooks, the world champion of public speaking, has often said that when we laugh, we relax. And when we relax, we learn. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been keeping an informal count of all the humor that's happened in the district conference, in the International Speech Contest. And you know what? The people that have more humor in their speeches seem to win first, second, or third. Isn't that interesting? I had an interesting thing happen to me not too long ago. I was asked to speak after a documentary on President Ronald Reagan. And you know that famous speech where he's at the Brandenburg Gate and he says, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Well, every time I hear that, I just get the willies in the back of my neck. Except those weren't the words that exactly came out. What I said was, every time I see President Reagan at the Brandenburg Gate, the hair on my back stands up. That's not good after dinner humor. Nobody needs to know how hairy I am. And finally, courage. Courage is so important. You know, courage is that facing fear and still moving forward. And as Toastmasters, we do that every day in our clubs. We face that fear. We get out of that zone of comfort, and we still move on. I know a little bit about facing fear and having courage. You see, about 3 weeks ago, I made a phone call to Julia Davis, our immediate past district governor, and I had not started a club in about 2 years. I know, I was slacking. And I said, "Julia, I have some questions on chartering. It's changed a little bit." And she answered the questions. And then she said, "Brad, are you going to be at the district conference?" And I said, "Absolutely." And then she said, "Well, would you take a job of, take a role here at the contest?" I said, "Absolutely. I'll be a timer or a judge." You guessed it. She said, "Toastmaster." Toastmaster? Really? How do you say no? I didn't have the courage to say no to Julia. Nobody I know in the district says no to Julia. So, Julia, I am honored to be up here. Thank you for asking. Appreciate that. So I have a question for you all. Why are you here? Why are you here? Are you here to honor a fellow Toastmaster, to support them? That would be an outstanding reason to be here. Or perhaps you're here to learn from the best of the best in the district. Or maybe you're here just to be entertained. All of these are great reasons to be here. But I would suggest that we're all here as Toastmasters because of persistence, determination, humor, and courage. I would like to ask all our contestants, all 6 of them, to please rise and be acknowledged for all 4 of those. Ladies and gentlemen, your contestants. I also did that because if there's a judge that happens to be sitting next to one of those 6 individuals, will you discreetly move when you have a chance? And that way, you're not sitting next to them for the contest. Now, normally, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce all the dignitaries. We've done that. You've met them. You like them. You love them. So we're going to dispense with that. All I'll say is thank you, all our dignitaries. Let's give them a round of applause. And now, I will introduce the speaking order for our 6 contestants. So if you're keeping track at home, playing the speaking game, here are our contestants. Contestant number 1, Amanda Griffith. Amanda Griffith. Contestant number 2, Gigi DeGala. Gigi DeGala. Contestant number 3, Alex Antonio. Alex Antonio. Contestant number 4, Kathy Fortune. Kathy Fortune. Contestant number 5, Ian Humphrey. Ian Humphrey. And contestant number 6, Sherman Weissman. Sherman Weissman. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's some rules that we're going to have to abide by for a contest. A contest just doesn't happen. And we have a whole host of people that have been working really hard to make this thing happen for you tonight. There's a lady in particular who I've been working with that I really appreciate because she not only has helped me throughout the years charter clubs, 2 clubs, one the Erie Expressers, but also the Liberty Toastmaster North, which is chartered last week. She has a great smile, a great personality, a great husband, and I am grateful for her friendship. Would you please welcome Miss Gina Curley, DTM. Before I give you the mic, ladies and gentlemen, it's her birthday. So, let's just say happy birthday on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday!
Thank you, Brad, for that warm welcome, and thanks to all of you.
Wow. I tell you, first I want to thank each one of the contestants. They had very easy names to pronounce. And as a Toastmaster, I really appreciate that. Amanda, would you please tell us which clubs you belong to, how long you've been a Toastmaster, and the Toastmaster educational level that you've achieved?
I've been a Toastmaster for almost 8 months now. I'm in New... Woo! I'm a part of Noonshiners Club in Fort Collins, right here. You guys are in my backyard. Woohoo! And I am still working on my CC.
Congratulations. And Amanda is into theater and art. Tell us a little bit about your acting. I don't think you've ever acted before.
I was counting up, knowing you would ask me this question. I think I've been a part of 30 plays over the years. Yeah, I think my favorite one was a play I wrote in 4th grade with my sister entitled Rumpelstilts Cannot. We thought we were so clever.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, and we appreciate your participation, and here is a certificate. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gigi DeGala, congratulations. Gigi, how long have you been a Toastmaster? What clubs do you belong to? And in particular, what is your education level from Toastmasters?
I've been a Toastmaster for 3.5 years. I represent the Toastmasters Club for NAP, which stands for National Association of Asian American Professionals, but I'm also a member of Simply Speaking.
And your bio says that you are part of the Aurora Mental Health Center.
Yes.
Would you tell us a little bit about that? It sounds so interesting.
I am a board member of the Aurora Mental Health Center, and I probably would never be there if I didn't have the communication and the leadership skills that I learned from Toastmaster. 9 people interviewing me. I'm just Gigi, right? But it's the biggest board member group in the country, 32 of them. I've been a board member for 2 years, and now they just asked me to be a member of the executive committee and chair the nominating and training committee because of Toastmasters. Trust me. But what I want to do is to remove the stigma of mental illness. Just as it's all right to say, I have diabetes, I have flu, it's okay to say, I suffer from depression, I suffer from addiction. There is hope, there is cure.
Thank you very much. I can stay on the club of Toastmasters then. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Alex Antonia, will you tell us which clubs you belong to, how long have you been a Toastmaster, and the level of education you've had in Toastmasters?
I'm with Pikes Peak Toastmasters in Colorado Springs. Club 3044, 12 consecutive years of distinguished club. And I've been a member for about 7 years now.
Very good. And I understand that you love sharks, shark research. You sound like the Discovery Channel to me a little bit. That's great. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I actually have been on the Discovery Channel with the shark work that I've been doing. I've been studying sharks. It's a kind of a hobby / passion of mine because I see what's going on in the world and how we're being poor stewards of the world's oceans, and especially when it comes to sharks, which play such a vital role to the marine ecosystem. So it's become my passion past 17 years, and I'm continuing to do that. The funny story I have to tell is on the Discovery Channel, they did a story about the satellite tagging that I was doing with whale sharks in Honduras, off the coast of Honduras. And I was on a trip to the Galapagos one year, and I was on the hotel on the mainland waiting to come back, and I was flicking through the channels, and my show comes up on the TV in Ecuador this one time that I'm there. But the funny thing is, I was speaking Spanish. I didn't know I could speak Spanish. So yeah, it is a lifelong passion of mine to study sharks.
Congratulations. Kathy Fortune, would you please tell us which club you belong to, how long have you been a Toastmaster, and your Toastmasters educational level?
I'm in Meridian Midday, Titan, and Simply Speaking. I've been in Toastmasters for 6 months, and I've just completed my CC in March.
Congratulations, that's fabulous. Now in Kathy's bio, she says she likes sports memorabilia. I am a sports junkie. I have baseballs, I have baseball cards, I have pennants, all in the man cave where my wife lets me keep it. Tell me about your sports memorabilia collection.
Well, I have several relatives who've played in the NBA and NFL, so that's helped a little bit in terms of getting to know people. And for a while, Alex English was my neighbor, so I really was lucky. So I got to meet Michael Jordan and lots of people. Whenever the teams came in, we would go out to dinner after the games, and they would sign autographs, shoes, and balls for me. And I guess my best Object is a ball from Michael Jordan.
Awesome.
So, thank you.
Congratulations. And you'll have my business card before this ends so we can trade. Ian Humphrey. Congratulations. Would you tell us which clubs you belong to, how long you've been a Toastmaster, and your educational level in Toastmasters?
Sure. I'm a member of Orbiting Toasters, and I'm also a member of Aurora Tours. Daryl's in my club. I've been a Toastmaster now for 4 years. Was there another one?
And your educational level?
Oh, my educational level. I have accomplished my Competent Communicator Award, and I'm very close to getting my AL, or my CL, I'm sorry.
Congratulations. Ian and I are friends on Facebook, and I just saw a great picture of you and your son at the Rockies game. And that's just so cool because I love baseball, and he had a big smile on his face. And not only that, he caught a ball. Tell us about that day.
Well, first, someone told me today that they were happy my children look like my wife. And I agree. What my wife and I try to do, because we have 4 children, is we try to spend quality time with each and every one. And my son and I, because he's our only son, we have what we call man time, because there are 4 women in the house. So that particular day, I was lucky enough to score a couple tickets to the Rockies game right behind the visitors' dugout. So he was all decked out in his uniform, and he got he got 1 ball. So it was a great time. We ate a lot, but we had a blast.
Thank you. Sherman Weissman. Congratulations. Sherman, will you tell us which clubs you belong to, how long you've been a Toastmaster, and your Toastmasters educational level?
I'm a member of Roadmasters, Toastmasters, 639035. They told me I had to learn that the very first time I went to a contest. I was a charter member there, and the club started 8 years ago. Didn't charter quite that long ago, but I've been a Toastmaster for 8 years. I'm also a member of Cheyenne Toastmasters, 798. Oh, AC Silver and competent leader.
Congratulations, very good. I don't even know my club numbers. And Sherman, you have a son also that you told me some interesting things about. Would you share that with us?
Oh, one of the things I'm proudest about is raising 3 wonderful children. Joyce Dustin's here again. If you want to hit him up again. She's been trying to get him to join and also sign up for quite some time. But my youngest, my 17-year-old, who is a junior in high school, is in the IB, the International Baccalaureate program at school, but he has a hobby that a lot of us find very frustrating. He does Rubik's Cubes. And in August, before the international conference, we're off to Vegas for the National Rubik's Cube competition so that he can compete.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for these wonderful candidates, your District 26 International Speech Contest champions. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You may leave. I think it's Miller time for them. They deserved it. All the speakers were wonderful, but we have to have winners. Our third place winner, Sherman Weissman. Congratulations, Sherman. Our second place winner, Gigi DeGala. Now, if you're not going to Orlando, to the resort, the Bonnet in Orlando this year, you can watch it streaming on the Toastmasters International channel, so make sure you sign up for that. Ladies and gentlemen, our winner for the 2012 District 26 International Speech Contest, Ian Humphrey. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your hospitality. Thank you for coming out and supporting District 26 for this wonderful conference. I appreciate that the opportunity for Julia calling me up and letting me be the Toastmaster tonight. I think the bar is still open. Let's party. Thank you.